Men stuff right there. Real men stuff.
No, man, because you don't know how this shit came together.
That's right. That's right.
You said you dropped the whisper on me.
Calvin, listen to me. What do you think that was going on in the corner? Was there too many voices in the corner?
No, it was a big misunderstanding.
Okay.
Tank was trying to explain what was going on with the half.
Like many boxers who react after their first career loss or draw, Gervonta Davis has fired his coach, blaming him for his performance against Roach. In a live video, Calvin Ford became emotional as he reflected on the sacrifices he made for Tank and how little he felt rewarded in return. Having worked together for over a decade, Ford believes Davis has been unfair to him.
He was gone, and he came to me and said, yo, we got to do such. See,
It's
hold
okay.
it back.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
While Tank expected Ford to be in his corner on March 1st, the veteran coach had his own reasons for not coaching Davis in this fight. Now, with the possibility of his draw against Roach being overturned to a loss, Calvin Ford has been removed from the team. Fans had long been accustomed to seeing the trio of Calvin Ford, Kenny Ellis, and Gervonta Davis, much like Mike Tyson with Cus D'Amato or Canelo with Eddie Reynoso. However, seeing Barry Hunter in Davis's corner instead was not what fans had hoped for.
So everything is good with Calvin because it's the first time he's not the head trainer in a while.
Yeah, for sure. Calvin, again, I said Calvin is...
One might wonder what led to this situation. Speaking with Fight Hub TV, Calvin Ford provided some insight. Davis fought his second PBC Amazon Prime video PPV event, which, aside from the main event, featured several exciting bouts, including 2 light welterweight title clashes. Like many, Ford expected a great fight and observed how Davis's training translated into the ring. With Tank hailing from Baltimore and Roach from D.C., Ford recalled their past sparring sessions and admired Roach's strong work ethic, seeing this fight as a great opportunity for him. Addressing the rumors, Ford stated, "We ain't changing up anything," clarifying that he had merely taken a step back while the overall training structure remained intact.
He will always be around, you know what I mean? So, that's pop, like I said. So
They simply wanted to know if the temporary separation had strengthened their bond, much like how family members appreciate each other more after spending time apart. Coach Ford responded, "No, he came to see me, telling me to slow down and not to worry because he knows I spend time with my amateurs. You both know me well. I always dedicate time to my amateurs. That's my piece." Even though Ford wasn't directly training Tank, knowing that he was still committed to his training gave him reassurance. He admitted that being away from Davis made them both value their bond even more. When Davis returned to the gym, Ford could sense that the lightweight champion had
always be there. It's, without me, without Calvin, it wouldn't be no me. You know what I mean? Because at first, when I came into the...
missed him, just as he had missed Davis. A similar sentiment of reassurance came from Barry Hunter as well. It was stated that Calvin Ford, Barry Hunter, Coach Boogie, and Kenny Ellis would all still be involved, even though Ford and Ellis wouldn't be in Tank's corner. This suggests that the changes aren't a major issue. Hunter reminded everyone that this isn't the first time Tank's corner has seen changes. Having been involved with Davis since his amateur days and early career, Hunter is no stranger to his team. He also pointed out that misinformation spreads easily online, leading people to make assumptions without knowing the full story. Hunter reassured fans that Tank considers his team like family.
At DC, they call me Mo. Calvin is Calvin. You know what I mean? I got Calvin.
While it was recently announced that Gervonta Davis and his longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, have split after more than a decade together, Ford has now confirmed the news. Several external factors contributed to this decision, possibly linked to Davis's training camp activities or his reluctance to discuss the situation.
Just did. We got off the canvas one. It ain't about the dub with me. It's about, do you got that?
Breaking his silence, Davis shifted the narrative, revealing that the split wasn't solely due to Calvin Ford, but also involved Leonard Ellerby. Since Ellerby left Mayweather Promotions, he no longer had to balance between Davis and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Instead, he has focused entirely on Davis. While Ellerby's involvement has been seen as supportive, Ford believes many of Davis's poor decisions can be traced back to Ellerby's influence.
Yeah, he already seen it.
He said, "I can't
That's
get
the
hit
difference.
no more."
And Tank was holding the conversation. Tank said, yo, I'm about Tank can't every fight Tank come and tell me, I'm gonna knock him out.
Calvin Ford has been uneasy with Leonard Ellerby's constant presence, which has disrupted the once unbreakable trio of Davis, Ford, and Kenny Ellis. Even under the Mayweather Promotions banner, their unity was so strong that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had to acknowledge it. However, since parting ways with Mayweather Promotions and bringing Ellerby into the fold, their bond has been strained, threatening the stability of Davis's team.
Talk to him. I'm not talking to little Tank anymore. I'm talking to the grown man Tank. For being with him for so many years, it's amazing.
Gervonta Davis's team believes that Leonard Ellerby has been manipulating him and influencing his career decisions for personal gain. According to them, Ellerby aligns himself with whoever benefits him the most, first with Floyd Mayweather, and now with Davis. This tension within the camp ultimately led Davis to part ways with his longtime coach, Calvin Ford. Despite Ellerby's role in promoting Davis's biggest fights, including his bout against Frank Martin, his presence has caused a rift within the team. Since leaving Mayweather Promotions in 2022, Davis has faced top contenders like Romero, Garcia, and Martin, proving his career is still thriving. However, his ongoing feud with Mayweather on social media suggests that the separation from his former mentor remains a point of contention. After Davis's recent fight against Frank Martin and Leonard Ellerby's departure from Mayweather Promotions, a well-known boxing commentator on YouTube argued that leaving Mayweather was the best move for Davis. In a video titled, "Tank Davis Leaving Floyd Was the Best Thing for His Career," the commentator explained that while Mayweather is one of the biggest names in the sport, his financial mindset may not have aligned with Davis's best interests. Coach Calvin Ford had previously hinted at Davis's growth before the Martin fight, expressing both admiration and concern for his fighters' maturity and focus. Ford mentioned that Davis had been extremely locked in during training camp.
Saying it's a big fight.
Right.
And Tank's gonna get every last one of these guys y'all want him to get. You just can't get them all in one night.
Did you see what he tweeted at Shakur?
Interviewing coach Calvin Ford addressed the fans, apologizing for Davis's absence and reassuring them that he would make up for it with an unforgettable performance on fight night. "I want to apologize to the fans," Ford said, acknowledging the buzz that had built over the delayed arrival. He assured everyone that while Davis couldn't make it at that moment, he would deliver in the ring. Ford reminded fans that Davis has always operated in his own way, and that's what makes him special. "How long y'all been knowing Tank?" "Man? I used to question it too, but I stopped. Let him do what he does." He compared it to having days when people don't feel like going to work but push through anyway. When asked whether Davis would attend the press conference, Ford remained optimistic, signaling confidence in his fighter's commitment. Coach Calvin Ford expressed his excitement about Davis's return after 14 months, saying, "We're back in business. We've been waiting for this for a while. We want to put on a great performance for the fans." However, beyond the anticipation, there's an underlying tension surrounding Davis. His intensity in the ring has been unsettling, not just for Ford, but even for Floyd Mayweather. Their ongoing conflict appears to be linked to Mayweather, fueling the growing rift between Davis and his longtime coach.
In camp, it scares me. You know what I'm saying? Because the things that he's doing and his maturity of
Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis share a rocky relationship, with both taking subtle and direct jabs at each other. Their mutual acquaintances, including Leonard Ellerby and Calvin Ford, have been caught in the middle. Mayweather expected unwavering loyalty from Ellerby, given their long history and the fact that Ellerby only built a relationship with Davis through him. However, when Ellerby attempted to mediate between the two fighters instead of choosing a side, Mayweather decided to sever ties, seeing it as a betrayal. Similarly, Gervonta Davis expected Calvin Ford's loyalty to be unwavering, given their long history together. While Ford didn't necessarily remain neutral, Davis wanted him to take a stronger stance against Floyd Mayweather. In Davis's view, Ford should have been more vocal and direct in his disapproval of Mayweather, mirroring Davis's own blunt approach. When Ford didn't meet these expectations, Davis felt betrayed.
And for the fans, you know, the conspiracy theories, there's no concerns, you know.
No, we great. We great. Trust me. Y'all want y'all guy to come out and put on that show for y'all.
Following the release of the footage, Calvin Ford was compelled to address the conflict between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis during a virtual interview with FightHub TV. Ford stated that Mayweather should take pride in Davis's success, especially as he reached his 30th career victory in 30 fights. Sadly, it's the other way around. He began. Like I say, Tank is Tank.
And I'm like, okay, I
Why would he like him? Why would he like him? He's a great fighter, but he's a horrible, horrible person.
He also claimed that situations like this reveal people's true colors, and this was exactly the case with Floyd Mayweather. It's a rocky road, and we see what's going on. Just pay attention. The story is going to reveal itself. But again, that's how a lot of people are. Somebody said, that's the true colors of a person coming out. Man, it's...
He's gonna be who he is, and again, he don't bother me. I don't think 2 seconds about none of that because he's not on my